Welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast, adding games both new and old to your backlog, one slightly inappropriate episode at a time. My name is Christian, and I just want to go on a little space adventure. Joining me today is Bobby.
And I forgot my quip.
Nice. And Amanda.
And I've got the whole world of gaming in my hands.
Wow. You know, it's funny. Actually, two of us forgot our quip, but yeah, that was rough for me.
Three of us.
Three of us. Wait, three? We all forgot the quip? Oh my God. Amanda, you had the best firing off the hip quip. I
Thanks. Sometimes I roll a nat 20 on my wit saving throw.
Yeah. Bobby rolled like a 3, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah.
This week, we're going to be talking about Final Sentence, Kingdom 80s, Spiritfarer, Pokemon Legends, Z to A, and IXION. Thank you for the pronunciation lesson in Discord, folks. But first, Bobby, what's new?
Well, I'll tell you what's new. TwitchCon is in San Diego. I did not attend, not really. So on Sunday mornings, I've developed this habit of very early in the morning, I go running along the Bay Area there down in Seaport Village in San Diego. And this involves going up and over the convention center and running. I take a little time going up and down the steps there on the back side. But that was closed off today because of TwitchCon, which is happening at the San Diego Convention Center. If you've ever been to Comic-Con, you know which place I'm talking about. So very early in the morning, I got a sneak preview, really, because I can see right into the convention center along this route, and I can see all the little things that they have set up. It looked like a lot of fun, but at the same time, I don't know if attending the actual event really would have been all that fun for me. First of all, $150 a ticket for one day. That's twice as much as Comic-Con. I don't know why it's so expensive. Yeah, it's crazy. But second, I don't know what you really do at TwitchCon. I looked over the webpage and I'm just like, oh, they got some people speaking and that's about it. I guess some people are doing live streams there. I will say, it was very early in the morning. I get up and the sun hasn't even come up. I do my little run. I usually try to end up down by the pier so I can do some push-ups, watch the sunrise, wonder what it's all about, that kind of stuff.
Just normal Sunday shit.
Yeah. But I kind of thought I'd see a lot more people walking around, doing live streams from their phone with, a selfie stick or something like that, doing vlogs or whatever. But it might have been too early for that. Not a whole lot of people are out at that time, which is why I go at that time. It's amazing to see San Diego, just empty. It's so cool. I love that. But yeah, so TwitchCon is happening. And there's a lot of people here in the downtown area for that. I live blocks away from the convention center. So anytime something like that happens down here, I'm somehow involved in it, even if I don't want to be. But
would you say you ran by TwitchCon? Now, is this a stretch to say you ran TwitchCon? Is that
I ran into TwitchCon?
Into TwitchCon.
Face first.
I love when these events come out. First of all, the streamers. I have a point here. I need to back up. When content creators are in competition with the attention economy, they're coming up with such creative ways to keep that attention. And I'm not meaning gimmicky stuff. I'm thinking the most creative live entertainment you've ever seen someone do. Learning how to cook buffalo wings on the street with random strangers, right? Breast milk tasting competitions where they ask random people to taste their breast. It's just like the goofiest and craziest stuff. And so I'm disappointed that none of that is happening on the street around where you're at.
Well, it's not happening at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. If I go out today, maybe that'll be a different story. I'm sure there is. I should really jump on Twitch and see people streaming there and see what they're doing. Or I could just go out my door, I suppose.
Well,
you got to do another run. Go get a post run, a post.
Not outside of your golden
run.
Hour, Bobby. Come on. Close the door. Do not go out. Okay. Guys, this week was a real big struggle for me to find something new related to gaming. I'm just going to say that right up front. I mean, I did a lot of gaming and I had a lot of other things go quite well and awesome. But I bought a new washer and dryer and it sings to me. And I guess my point is like, I think electronics should be banned from randomly singing to you. Like when my dryer goes off, I'm fine if it was like a do-do-do-do or like a beep bop boop. But it goes into song. It's like do do da ba ba bing blong bong foo ba da ju blah blah bada 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 doodle 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 doodle. And I'm just like, when is this gonna? I have to go to the dryer and hit the off button. I'm like, hey, yeah, you have my attention. Like this is crazy. I think electronics getting more compact, more awesome, more complicated. And someone is like, why don't they just sing for like 2 minutes? And I think that needs to stop. What do you guys think?
I think that's a setting that you can make it stop, right?
Yeah. By the way, such a boomer trying to figure out the touchscreen on my washing machine. I'm like, why is nothing working? I'm sure it's a setting. I just can't see it. And when I go to read the manual, this is old people shit. I mean, I know I'm not old, but this feels like old people shit. I go to read the manual. And it's like only the stuff that can kill you. It's like, don't put a child or a cat or an animal in the dryer. I'm like, okay, cool. It's like a couple pages. And then it's like, scan the QR code to get the full manual. So I scan the QR code. Then I got to go to the website, register the washer and dryer to access the manual for the washer and dryer. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, Jesus. What is your model number on the washer and dryer? Okay, that's on the back of the washer and dryer, which I've already put against the wall. Okay, so I go to the back of the washer and dryer, put the fucking number in. And then I ran out of patience. I'm like, you know what? I don't even need, I'll just figure it out.
I'll just start dancing with the song. That's what I'm going to start doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I really love technology's advancements and the great lengths that it goes to supposedly make our lives more convenient and just how much more complicated it makes everything.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you register, they also want your email, what they want to send me updates for this weekend, we have a new washer and dryer. Like I bought this. Hopefully I'm going to have it for the next 10 years, right? Like I don't need the newsletter of washer and dryers. Like I'm okay.
Well, you got to know when DryerCon's coming up, dude.
That's right. Yeah. And you got to know what things dry nicely with each other for the maximum efficiency.
Yeah. My dryer and washer will remain top of mind and top of my email list for sure. Amanda, what's new with you?
What's new with me is that my PC is officially up in Vancouver. I was kind of curious because, between glass panels and liquid cooling in tubes and having to dump that out and taking out the GPU and all kinds of things, of course, prepping the PC for the most perfect transport, given that it took like 3 hours to drive. I'm kind of curious if you guys have like an ultimate Tetris setup in your car or like how you would transport your PC, and what's the longest distance you've ever transported your PC? Because recently we had our LAN episode, so I'm trying to think like, if I was LANing, because I did quite a bit of that this weekend. A PC still not put together. I had to put the liquid cooling in it, but what's the longest distance you guys have driven with your PC in the car? And did you have like a special method?
Driven like 20 kilometers from my old place to my new place. Like, if my PC is getting unplugged from my setup with all these fucking cords, it's the apocalypse. Something dire is happening. Maybe there's a flood. Maybe there's a hurricane. I am landing with a laptop only. This tower stays here. It collects dust here. This is its home. And I would feel very uncomfortable putting it in the back of my car because also the graphics card is really heavy and I don't know if I put it in right. Okay, I'm just going to say that. I don't know how supported this thing really is if it goes over a bump. Like, seems pretty bendy. How about you, Bobby?
Probably about the same. So I've had to move my PC. When I moved back in March, I had to move my PC to 2 different locations. And when I do, I typically put it in the passenger seat with a seatbelt on, of course. And then I kind of keep one hand on top of it as I'm driving if there's any rough terrain. But I worried a little bit about my PC when I did that, mostly because of the graphics cards. Graphics cards are becoming so big and so heavy these days that oftentimes you need some sort of support bracket installed in the PC to keep it from sagging. So I considered taking the graphics card out when I was moving it, but I thought, nah, I'll leave it in the upright position like it always is. It's got that support bracket. I think it'll be okay. I didn't want to like put it on its side, even though it's like screwed in and should probably be okay in the slot. But I don't know. I haven't had to travel like a super long distance with it. And of course, the monitors are also a difficult thing as well, because you don't want to damage or scratch those. But yeah, moving a PC is not easy.
No, it's not fun and not ideal. I accidentally smacked one of the monitors into the car while I was putting it in there. So I'm very nervous that I'm going to plug it in. I'm a little too scared to see. But us talking, you're right. GPUs are really big these days.
Jesus Christ.
Still have mine. Yeah.
You could whack an intruder over the head with that, knock him out cold. It's huge.
It's so heavy. Like, it's so heavy. But yeah, I like layered and sandwiched a whole bunch of things in between a bunch of clothes and blankets because it's it's nerve-wracking. I don't recommend and don't like it. I'm with you guys. I'm looking forward to when this PC can just be completely built or put back together and everything runs smooth, and then it's just going to stay there forever. So,
nice.
the goal.
Like it's meant to, like God intended.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, hitting the bumper. Ba-doo-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ja. That's my washer and dryer telling me. It's over. Okay, what did we play this week, Bobby? I've never heard of this game, so I'm really excited for you to dive in.
Yeah, so this week I played Final Sentence. This is a demo for Next Fest, and I first heard about this in a group text. Somebody asked me if I had played it because I guess they know that... I say somebody, Nick, asked me if I played it because he said I might like it. It is a typing battle royale game. And I thought, okay, that sounds ridiculous, but I'll check it out. But first of all, I was like, is that a real thing? Yes, it turns out it is. There's a battle royale typing game. And it's so funny how they did this. I mean, it's funny, but also like a little tense. So when you load up into this game, a bunch of other players, like 30, 40 other people load up into it as well. And you're sitting in a room at a typewriter, like an old school typewriter, and there's a guy in a black suit and black mask with a gun standing next to you. And you look around and all the other players are sitting at a similar desk with a typewriter, and there's a guy with a black suit and a mask and a gun standing next to them. So as you play this game, of course, the objective is to type as fast as possible with making as few mistakes as possible. Otherwise, you get shot by this guy standing next to you. And as you're playing this game, like the music gets really intense. There's voice chat, so people are saying like, ah, shit, you know, and like all these things are going on, and then you hear just like somebody
bang
over there, bang, like get shot. And it's not like you get shot sometimes too, it's Russian roulette. So it's got this very interesting system. If you make 3 mistakes, then like it's Russian roulette, but then if you do it again, then there's 2 bullets in the 6 chambers. So it is an extremely interesting experience. It is quite an interesting way to go about a typing game. It's really a great concept, and they executed it well too. I mean,
and a great name for the game, dude. Are you kidding? Yeah. Final Sentence. They fucking knocked it out of the park. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. What's different about this game compared to other typing games, other than like the battle royale, just puts this whole new spin on it because it's like so much more competitive. And plus everything they've done with the environment, where it just feels like this weird, like Squid Games type thing, like and more on the serious side. Like it sounds like this could be real like jokey and fun, and it kind of is in concept, but like when you're in the game, you're like, this is like got a real creepy, unnerving vibe, you know? So, but what's really cool about it is, I don't know, this will come down to preference, but unlike most typing games, the emphasis is really on accuracy. If you mistype something, it sends you all the way back to the beginning of the line. So it's a huge setback. If you do it 3 times, you have a chance of like getting shot, you do the Russian roulette thing, and you have to start the entire block again, which is like a real short paragraph. So it is very punishing to make mistakes. And I feel like most typing games or websites, if you make a mistake, like you can quickly correct it.
No big deal.
It counts against your accuracy, but really it doesn't slow down your speed. This slows down your speed a lot. So the words per minute I was getting was far less than what I usually get when I do these typing things, but I was winning some rounds too. And it was really funny because like I played a bunch of rounds, and I would join one, and there are people in voice chat being like, "Oh no, it's this guy, blah, blah, blah," and this guy always wins. And he just
the fucking rogue typer.
yeah. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what this guy got. And yeah, he just blew everyone away. It was ridiculous. But yeah, it's a great fun game, but it's one of those games that are really fun, but it's like, am I going to play this for more than an hour? Am I going to play this for more than half an hour? Should I play this more than half an hour? Or is this something I could play like maybe 15 minutes a day just to have a little fun and work on my typing? And there's a lot of games like that. I think of like VR has kind of a short game session potential, and also, just other games that are like a lot of fun, especially in concept, but there's no way that they have no duration. Like they don't have legs, basically. You can't play them for a long time. There was a great game like maybe almost 10 years ago called Devil Daggers, which I had a similar feeling about. I was like, this is a fantastic game. It's like a game where it's like a first person shooter, and you try to get as far as you can. There's leaderboards, and it's like real quick, snappy gameplay. And like, if you fail, then it's like, okay, whatever, you restart, you try again, and you get as far as you can. And it's just kind of like, and the further you get, the harder things get. But it's just like, I'm not going to sit down and play that for like more than 30 minutes, like ever, So it's one of those types of games. And I find those games really interesting because it's like, I feel like it's a great concept, but it's like you can't. I wonder if like people make money off those games, Like, do people pick those up if they're cheap enough and are just like, yeah, this is great, and it becomes more about like the meme or the stream or something, and less about like the actual enjoyment of the game?
Well, I think I really enjoy short games. I was playing Drop Dutchy the other day, and I was like, why are these sessions taking me like an hour and a half to like the session length for the type of gameplay seems just a little off. And like I would like to have like a half an hour session length, or maybe an option to do that. This sounds awesome, dude. I can't wait to do the battle royale of the sentence. And I would pay money for this for sure, even if I was going to play it for only 15 or 25 minutes a day. I kind of play Mechabellum like that, like the rounds are 15, 20 minutes. And if I can play 1 and 2, if I'm getting really addicted, usually if I lose, it feels good. It feels good to hop into something and be able to hop out real quick. And I feel like you can make money because this game seems ripe for cosmetic additions. Like your typewriter has like glow sticks on the keys, or if you're crazy, there's no actual letters on the keys themselves. It's just like a black typewriter. I don't know who would do that. And so
they do have a leveling system in this, but I have no idea what it does at this point. Okay. I don't even think they do yet. So like you can, as you play more games, you level up, and at this point it doesn't do anything. But I was thinking the game needs more. It needs a few different types of modes, I think. Like this one is great, but they should have, like, if they threw in something that was a bit more casual, then it might work on that retention. Like when people when people want to play and they don't want to necessarily be like super competitive, or I don't know. There's probably plenty of ideas. When you finish playing the game, it's still on Steam Next Fest. I would definitely check it out. Like it's so worth checking out. You can download the demo and play it. But when you're done playing it, it pops up with this Google form, and they've got like 1 million questions. And I would love to give them feedback, but at the same time, whenever I do play these games and they ask for feedback, without fail, every time they do, the form is like 50 questions. Killing Floor 2 made this problem too. It's like, we'd like your feedback. And I would like, I'd love to give you my feedback. I got a lot of opinions on this game. Good. And some like things that could be improved. But there's no way like I'm filling out that form. I got things to do, man. That's like a homework assignment I do not need right now. Like,
You should create a Bobby template. And it's the kind of template that you would answer.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty funny to me. You're like, I have a lot of opinions, but 50 questions? No, I'm out. No more. Not that many opinions.
Yeah. You're going to have to pay me for that one, boss. Yeah, I don't know.
I think this game looks amazing. It reminds me of, which I don't know if you guys also did this, but like when I was growing up, we used to have these like computer class or whatever, and they would always have these, it was like a video game based way of teaching you how to type.
Yeah, type to learn and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be like somewhat more of a modern era with, of course, a horror spin on it. But like still, the fact that they're focusing so much more on accuracy and you're competing with speed, I think is so cool. I remember seeing this pop up and I definitely want to play it. Bobby, if you're free today and you want to play it, I'm down to play this with you today because this looks awesome.
Yeah, and you can host a lobby with just you and your friends. I haven't tried that yet.
Oh my God. We need to do one for DLG.
We need to do one for DLG.
Who's the champion? Yeah. Oh, Bobby's had some practice ahead of us. Oh no. And
I don't know if it helps, man. I'm telling you, it's tricky because you make one mistake and it's just like whoosh, okay, I'm way back. Like that's a huge setback.
Like a real typewriter, right? Like if you make a mistake on a typewriter, you have to use like the whiteout and it's like a whole thing. I like that. The digital, down with the digital world, down with washing machines that sing with you. To you. Bring back the typewriter.
Back to the clack clack.
That's great.
I like the clickety clackety. Okay, yeah. Amanda, you come to us from...
Say, kind of moving along, going back a bit. We're going to go to our hands instead of being on PC. So obviously with all these changes and these things going on in my personal life and the PC kind of being a little out of commission in a way, I'm taking a little break from my PC, but definitely not taking a break from gaming because I've been traveling quite a bit. So I've been using a lot out of my Steam Deck and I'm probably going to be playing my Switch quite a lot more to come. So I played Kingdom 80s, which is Kingdom 2 Crowns, one of their like newest editions that they've made, and I beat the game.
Nice.
I think I sat down in like three sittings or whatever and beat the whole game. I think
and that one's set in the mall, right? Like Kingdom 2 Crowns, except modern mall. Yeah, I remember Bobby, or maybe it was you talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I talked about it on a previous episode of like wanting to play it. It might have been my on the radar, or I played a little bit of it.
And it was actually good, like this rendition.
Super good. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think Kingdom 2 Crowns is a really good example of a franchise that's fantastic on the Steam Deck. But I would put it as one of my top recommends for Steam Deck because it just feels so right. I don't know. It feels perfect for like a Steam Deck game.
Yeah.
And perfect for traveling. And I think I've played a few of them, played the original, played I think it's Deadlands, played a little bit of the Shogun one. I played the, like Odyssey one, the Greek one. That one's probably one of my favorites as well too. And that one's cool because you can change your mounts and they do different things. So like that one has a whole mounting system to it that's a lot cooler. But I think my favorite out of the ones I have explored is Kingdom 80s, partly because they did such a good job of adding a story without it being too much of a story. Like this is Bobby story approved. So like there's not much of a story, but there's cool cut scenes, there's cool action scenes. Like they've added some cinematic to it, which is really different compared to the rest of the renditions of Kingdom 2 Crowns. And the story is like, it's like basic. It's kind of like your Stranger Things, your 80s stuff where it's like teenage coming of age like person with their homies is gonna like save the day by saving mom and dad from this like baddies in coming out of the mall. Like it's very simple of a trope for story, but it's done very well, so it's nice. And it's very fun, and they have some really cool mechanics because all your friends do different things. You've got like the Tinkerer who joins your team who can build things rapidly. They have, I think they called him the Wiz. He's like the nerdy guy that builds robots that will fight creatures for you. There's the Jock who can like push a trash container that rallies all of your people. But like for those that don't know what the hell this game even is, it's essentially like a side scroller kind of management game where you're building up your camp, you're building up your team, and you're fighting these creatures called the Greed that are coming trying to steal your coins and trying to steal your life, so to say, because your life forces through crowns, through these coins in a way. Um, that game was great. I picked up and revisited Spiritfarer Farewell Edition. This has always been one of my favorite games, the Spiritfarer. I think it's another management game. But it's a little bit more of RPG elements. You're essentially kind of a death, like a Grim Reaper in a way, or like you're part of death, where you're finding spirits in this very beautifully curated, artistic kind of world. And you're on this like big boat, and that's the management part, is you're managing your boat, you're managing your resources on it, and you're finding spirits in this world, and you're trying to help them solve anything that's holding them back, so that way then they can move on to the next form of life. So I think it's a beautiful game of grief. I'm sure there'll be many more moments of crying with this game, because it's very beautiful and very wonderful.
And is it good on the Steam Deck as well? Because it's like another side's kind of scroller, is how you experience the world. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I certainly have a type when it comes to deck games. I think I'm kind of curious if you guys have types for handheld games. Like, I certainly seem to go for side-scrolling management games or platformers. It seems to be one or the other, and that's it. Do you guys have a like genre that you just default to when you're going to pick up your Steam Deck or a handheld gaming device?
Nah, not a genre I default to, but it's definitely a lot easier to play something that was designed with usually mobile in mind. And I guess now that the Steam Deck's been out for a while, probably some intentional design decisions around Steam Deck compatibility. But like, I was playing Crusader Kings 3 on the Steam Deck, and why that was so easy to play was definitely because it was already optimized for console. And so anything that's gone through that round of optimization for like the UI and stuff like that, I think is really great on the Steam Deck as well. Yep.
Yeah, I don't have a Steam Deck, so I can't comment.
I thought you talked like 5 episodes. You're gonna get one. You're like, I'm gonna get one.
Well,
people
don't tell anybody, but I'm getting a Steam Deck for my girlfriend for her birthday coming up.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if it's the best gift. Like, it would have been great during the summer when she had more time and was playing a lot more games. But I did buy it, and I was like really racking my brain to think of like, what are some good games that she would enjoy on that? Because she doesn't play very many games. In fact, she's only really played 2 or 3, Slime Rancher 1 and 2 and Stardew Valley, both of which I think work well on the Steam Deck. But, what are some other games that she'd really enjoy on that? So
we should crowdsource some ideas, and that's awesome. I think that's a great gift, dude. Very thoughtful. Are you doing any modifications to the Steam Deck, like visually putting anything like, I don't know, different case or anything
I don't
like
even
that?
know what you can get to decorate or change it yet at this point. At some point,
Did
I'll
you
probably
say decorate on purpose, dude. I didn't miss that.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get that adapter where you can hook it up to the TV at some point, but really like, I don't know. We'll see. I think the Kingdom games might work well, because when I played those, I didn't really get or play 80s very much. I think I like touched on it a little bit, but I really got into, I think it was New Lands. And I think I described it as like a 2D 4X game. So it kind of simplified what is normally a very complex genre of video games into 2 dimensions, and also streamlined and simplified the gameplay. So I really enjoyed that. And I feel like that's something that she would probably enjoy too. I mean, from a just like a control perspective, like 2D is very simple. Like, I don't play with controllers anymore, so I will use, like on a 2D game, like a platformer, I'll probably use a controller on that. But like, other than that, like I can't really use controllers too much anymore. So I don't know. I think that might be good, but we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Awesome. Let us know how it goes, dude. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah, I just hope it gets here in time. Like, I ordered it 2 days ago, I think. I don't know how long those take to ship.
Yeah, Gabe.
Yeah.
Mr. Newell has to kiss each one individually, right? Right with his smackers in the middle. It takes a while.
That's true. That's the stamp of approval. Yeah.
It's the lips of approval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if your partner would like Spiritfarer. It's like a solid game, but management's a little bit different, but also like I would argue that Stardew Valley, even though it's a farm sim, like kind of is a management sim in a lot of ways too, because you have all these tasks and stuff that you have to stay on top of gathering resources. And so like, I don't know, but Kingdom games can't go wrong with that. Those are super good. Shifting gears a little bit, I recently, like, 3 days ago, I think, like Pokemon Legends, Z to A. I'm gonna start trying to say Z that way.
Yeah, you better. No,
and assimilate. Exactly. Yeah, I need to assimilate. But so the new Pokemon Legends came out. It came out originally. I saw this actually at PAX, and I got super excited when I watched a bunch of people play it. I was like, this really is cool. It reminds me of the other Pokemon Legends, Arceus, and I wish I could play it, but I don't have a Switch 2. I started looking to Switch 2, and I was like, I'm not paying like $500 for another Switch. I don't feel like I play my Switch enough as it is. Like a Steam Deck has kind of completely replaced my Switch, but now I'm going back to Switch. It's because Pokemon Legends Z to A actually is out on regular Switch and it's out on Switch 2. And I'm so happy I have it on the first one because I watched side-by-side comparisons of Switch 2 and regular Switch for this game. And the differences are like negligible. It's tiny differences. The only difference is that I'm saving $500 for a video game. So,
hell yeah.
So I think it runs fine. It also looks like an old game. It kind of runs like an old game. Even on Switch 2, it does. So again, I'm super thankful that I did not buy a Switch 2. But instead I get to enjoy this game because I am having a lot of fun with this game. That's not to rag on it. I think that Pokemon Z to A, like, it's Pokemon, but it almost reminds me of if the Pokemon universe were to make a like Fallout New Vegas or like this kind of Chicago like gangster kind of vibe of
Pokemon in an urban setting.
Yeah, like but it's cool because it's a super urban setting, but I think that they are bringing up like a really interesting take with Pokemon with this game specifically, which is because there's a lot in the story so far about trying to manage these wild zones in the city and whether they should let Pokemon roam free even when they're wild in a city. So it's like there's this whole narrative going on in the story part of this game so far of like, how do we live and coincide with Pokemon in such a deep urban setting, in something that's like a New York City or like a Toronto, like or a hub like maybe Paris in France, something like this, like a big city where it's like there's districts in the city and it's massive because this map in this game actually is really fucking huge. And it's just all city. So nice. It's a really cool way. I think it's it kind of, to me, it feels like a very unique Pokemon game because of that. And so they've set up these, and on top of it, at nighttime in the game, there are these battle zones that pop up randomly through the whole city that you have to enter where other players and NPCs like can just surprise and start attacking you and start fighting you. And it's like a battle royale where you have to try and eliminate everybody in there to win tickets and to win money and to like kind of win clout in a sense. And it's called Z to A because there's this entire like battle. It's the Z to A like battle royale that they have in this city, which is like your ranking and this ledger of like how good of a trainer are you in the city and to protect the city.
Are you a Z or an A, basically?
Well, no, you go from Z to A. So like it's your ranking system. So like right now I'm rank Y. I know. So big. No, but you have to battle other players or NPCs in these battle zones to get enough tickets to do your ranking battle, which then you have to go find that person that you get randomly ranked with who's in your own ranking. So like I'm Y, so now it's going to randomly pair me with somebody else that's Y. And
a real person.
Whoever an NPC. For this one, it's mostly NPC, yeah. But and then whoever wins that battle goes up a rank in the letter, and you're aiming to try and be A, and A's are the most elite of all trainers because they had to work their way up from Z. So you're kind of going backwards in your ranking system, but like there's all this emphasis on battle, and the battling people feels like so fluid and awesome. It's not like old Pokemon where it's just like all of a sudden it just shows you like, and then you select which one to fight. Like you kind of have that, but it's that's going to be your new Dryer song. Yeah.
That would be sick. If
Right?
it wasn't like not a random lullaby that I didn't know, that would be so awesome. I would be very okay with it. Yeah.
It's just the Imperial March.
Yeah.
For
Well,
when
maybe I
it's
can
done.
program that. Maybe it's worth fucking registering it if I could get. Okay, this changes my perspective
That would
on
be
everything.
cool. Yeah. But no, I think that like the way that they do a lot of the battling feels very interactive and fluid. Sometimes the Pokemon attack you like personally, so you can dodge and run out of the way of
Nice.
Pokemon. So it feels way more of like a third person over the shoulder kind of perspective of you running around and following, and like it isn't so stuck and rigid and like turn based. It feels very real time, which is very cool.
I need to play a fucking
so-
modern Pokemon game. This reminds me, there's an old Pokemon episode, like the first animated series when I was a kid, that blew my mind. Basically, they went to the power station for one of the cities, and it's the first time where I realized, oh shit, Pokemon are doing real work. Like the city is powered by like Voltrons, basically, in this power station. And, you know, Voltrons are one of like the not evil, aggressive Pokemon, maybe. Like they're like a dark Pokemon, electric Pokemon. And it's like a feel good story. Like, oh, not just because the Pokemon is known for a certain thing doesn't mean they're not useful. And I was like, wait. You're telling me this world is powered on Pokemon? I don't know. Like these Pokemon everyone thinks are evil are actually powering all the cities, and they're just hanging out in the power plant, just like zapping around. Anyways, I don't know. That's a bird walk, but the Pokemon world.
I mean, but it's crazy. Like this world has followed so many people through their life, right? Like this franchise has been out for forever, and it gets so complex and so deep in some ways, even though it's also so simple. I don't know, it's crazy. But like I think that this game is pretty cool that they're touching on like a new topic of because there's like all these things going on and all these groups in the city that like have these come join us. We're gonna free all Pokemon so way all Pokemon live with everybody in the city. Or there's people that are
You
like,
want Blastoise with the people? No. I don't think that's gonna work. He's huge and he has guns on his shoulders.
Yeah. There was one group
That's illegal in Canada. Blastoise not allowed.
Not allowed. No.
allowed.
It's wild though. It's fun. Like there's one group that I just ran into that are like, yeah, we want to free all Pokemon and get rid of wild zones, because they have in the cities these wild zones that are like completely tapered off where you can go in and you can catch Pokemon because it's all wild. Because otherwise when you're running around, you don't actually know if Pokemon is owned by people or if it's wild. And so there are a lot of people that try to catch Pokemon that belong to somebody else in the city. So it was this whole conundrum that they were trying to fix. And there's like all these almost like politics. Bobby would hate it. There's a lot of story in this game. But there's also a lot of battling and a lot of fighting, and both of each other. And you can do that with your friends, and a whole ranking system about it. So
well, you've inspired me to play Pokemon. I think we got to move on from the Pokemon now.
We totally do. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting sucked in because that's all I want to play. And so, I mean, in a way of like getting sucked into black holes, tell us about yours. That all you want to play.
Oh shit! God damn! What a quick transition. Okay, guys, this segment is about one of the best games I've ever played. Okay, and for reasons of time, I'm gonna have to speed through it. But I hope to also talk about it next week because, like Frostpunk and like a lot of city builders, this is an investment in time, and for some of the time, that's not going to pay off, but this is just a really solid story, kind of exactly like Frostpunk. And so I want to keep playing. So the game is IXION, which last week I was pronouncing Zion, which I still say Zion in my head. You're not going to convince me with your ChatGPT pronunciations in Discord, Burn Division. I'm calling you out specifically. But that's definitely how it is pronounced. IXION, IXION. It is this unrelenting city builder set in space. Kind of like a choices matter Frostpunk, where you get moral decisions where there aren't any perfect solutions. And what I wanted when I saw this game on Steam was a little Frostpunk where there's no perfect solution and a thrilling space adventure with just a dash of horror and a dash of adventure. And that is exactly the Powerpuff Girl recipe that is this game. Like, if that's just the distilled game right there. That's all basically you need to know. If you're into those type of games, you're gonna love this game. It's one of the best renditions of all those elements together. So the story kind of started off a little meh. Like, when I was reading, the game has such high reviews on Steam, right? And a lot of the reviews are mentioning the story. So I'm expecting to be blown away by the first couple story points. And you're the administrator of this giant colony ship that is orbiting around Earth. Kind of like, if you've ever seen The Expanse, there's this Mormon cross-galactic ship that they make called the Nauvoo. It looks exactly like that, except in IXION, it is called the Tiquin. Which, if you ever want to know what an author thinks of a ship in a game, just look up the name of the ship, because it likely transcends all in-game universe and is just exactly what they want to tell you about the game. So look up what Tiquin means, and you'll know what the developers of IXION are trying to tell us about what they're trying to tell us about. Yeah, it starts off some cringy rich guy, super long monologues. I was like, oh my God, I can't skip these because I'm doing this for the podcast and I want to figure it out. But I'm like 4 minutes into a rich guy monologue and like, it's too real. It's just, I've heard this before. And so in that fact, they nail it. On the other hand, it was kind of boring and typical. Just a guy lamenting about how, the earth is dying and we need to go across the stars to prolong civilization. And how industry is ruining the earth. And I'm like, how'd you get rich, guy? Like, what are you doing to mitigate the situation? No, you're going to make a giant colony ship. Okay, cool. Sounds good. But after the first hyperspace jump that the ship takes, obviously everything goes wrong. You're flung far into the future, and the solar system as we know it has kind of decayed. And it's awesome. It really feels intense. There's an immediate reaction of, oh, I'm getting fucked. Like, I have multiple hull space breaches. I am bleeding on food and water and air. My people are dying literally in front of me. The people who I kind of had to work really hard for and kind of perfectly arrange to beat the tutorial section of the game, which took about a couple hours, are now just getting flung out into space and dying in front of me. So I'm like, oh no, it's horrible. And what this game does really well is this balance between thriving and surviving and the feeling like shit of getting fucked and losing the game. When you're losing a game and you're feeling bad about it because you put a lot of work in, but balancing the steps you can do to mitigate that, Ixion does better than any other game I've played, including Frostpunk. In Frostpunk, you could get to a point where you had a lot of resources and it didn't really feel... You could see on the compass, okay, in 3 days it's going to be minus 60. And I'm going to have to prepare for that. And the steps I have to do to prepare for that are clear in my head. My city, I've planned from the beginning to work in this specific way. I can shut off these buildings. Everything's going to be fine. This game is not like that. Things are far more random. And the buildings themselves, I think, are purposefully designed to be awkwardly shaped. You really get the feeling that you're just stuffing as much as you can in the sardine can, right? Like, you are really, nothing is going to be perfect. There's no perfect solutions. People are going to die, but you're going to survive. And combined with the narrative element of the game, which is also quite strong after the tutorial, like the little pop-ups that come up, how the music flows into what's happening, the concerns that people are bringing to you as the station administrator, and the decisions you take to either solve or mitigate those issues, or sometimes flat out ignore because you can't meet their request. All of this sweeps together in just a really compelling game. And I'm only 7 hours in, right? I haven't even left our solar system, which is destroyed yet. And so I'm really excited about what next level the game is going to narratively put me in, because all the reviews, I think it's 97% positive. All the reviews are like best story in game, or best story in a strategy game, right? Best story in a strategy game. Story blew me away. And I'm already kind of impressed on the storytelling and how the gameplay works together. And so if this is like a 25-hour game, I want to get to the end. I want to get to the end real bad. This has hooked me in a way that Frostpunk 2 hasn't, right? This is building on the Frostpunk formula without reinventing it. And I'm just really, I don't know if you could tell, I'm really psyched about IXION. So I want to see you next week. I guess this pitch was a pitch. Really, I'm begging you to let me play this game for 2 weeks in a row. And Bobby and Amanda, you are the jury. And so I want you to decide, does Christian get to bring IXION to the podcast again next week? Or are you going to throw the ball right in the center of the target and put me in the plunge of water? Am I out of here? Okay. Let me know.
No, why not? I mean, you haven't left the solar system, right? We got to see what's out there.
Okay. Yeah, you should do it. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. So next week, you know what I'm going to be talking about. And I'm going to try and focus entirely on the story that I basically just skimmed over. But know that there's just a lot going on for the story. And I picked this game up on the autumn or on the last Steam sale for $7 or $8, and it's always been priced at $45 or $44.99 Canadian. Quite expensive for one of these games. I wish I just would have paid the full price 3 years ago because this game is fantastic, and I'm late to the party. It was released in 2022. So, yep, that is IXION. The speedrun of IXION, guys. But that's not all. What do you guys want to play?
Well, I'll start off with Fellowship. This game was, I don't want to say recommended to me by a friend, but he mentioned that he had picked it up.
Was it Nick? No, I'm just joking.
It was not Nick. No, this is someone from my Heroes of the Storm days.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he had picked this up, and Fellowship is, they describe it as endlessly scaling dungeons. Like an MMO that's endlessly scaling dungeons. If you look at the Steam page and you look at the pictures and the videos and read the description, you can tell right away this is basically World of Warcraft, but just the mythic dungeons part of it. So they basically took the fun part of WoW that everybody goes directly to and just wants to do, and they made that a game, which is a great idea. And the graphics and the UI look incredibly similar to WoW. Like they aren't hiding it at all. I don't want to be cynical, but you could say it ripped it off. I mean, it looks just like WoW. But that's a great concept because who has time for World of Warcraft these days?
Jesus,
nobody.
No one.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, not me, but
not me. No one on this podcast.
Yeah. But there is something that is so fun about doing those mythic dungeons where you just run dungeons, you do boss fights, you get a chance at some good loot. If you get the loot, great, then you can do harder dungeons. If you don't know how that works in World of Warcraft, like the mythic dungeons, basically it's like endlessly like scaling up, and like the better gear you have, the harder dungeons you can run. The harder dungeons you run, the better gear you get. So they both feed into each other. It sounds a little grindy, and it is, but it also is very fun. But the problem with WoW is it takes you so long to get there. They've done a lot of things over the course of that game's life to improve that, to make it more accessible, to speed things up. But still, at the end of the day, like to level up a character and really get familiar with them, it takes a very long time. So, a game like this really depends on its player base. It's got I think it's peaking at around 36,000 players, which is pretty good. It came out October 17th or mid to early October. It recently came out. There's a lot of complaints about the technical issues at launch, getting access to the servers, but it seems like aside from that, people are really liking it. And I pulled some quotes from the Steam page here that I think really stood out to me and really make me want to play this game. So it says, players must focus on working together as a team with an emphasis on skill, cooperation, and strategy to defeat bosses and collect loot. So basically, it's just like that endless dungeon scaling, and it's a co-op experience. Experience the Holy Trinity and build the ultimate team of tanks, healers, and damage dealers to take down hordes of enemies and imposing bosses. So they're sticking to that formula of like a role-based team. You got your tank, your healer, and then 3 damage dealers. I don't know if those numbers are accurate, but that's how it was in WoW. And the big problem I have with a lot of co-op games is I've said this before, but some co-op games are just multiple people doing the same thing. Other co-op games actually build in like you rely on this person to do role-based co-op games. You rely on this person to tank all the damage and handle the aggro. You rely on this person to heal everybody up. You rely on these people to do the damage. You rely on this person to do the crowd control. Like everybody has their job to do. And that's what I really like about some co-op games. And honestly, like the tank healer damage roles that WoW set up, it's been really hard for me to find anybody else that does that any better. Like a lot of games, I'm thinking of like Destiny, they kind of have that, and they'll change the names of it too. Like they won't call them a tank. They'll be like, well, these are the Guardians, and and they'll kind of like shift things a little bit. So maybe there won't be a healer, but some people do more damage. Some people do more single target damage. Like they kind of mix it up, but like nobody has ever done it as good as WoW. It's like, okay, you got a mage who has CC, but can like blow people up. You got a rogue who does like huge single target damage. You got this guy who does AoE. This, warlock's got the damage over time. Like they just, and just those three, like they said, the holy trinity, the tank, the healer, the damage. Like
really simplified it. Yeah. Star Wars Galaxies has a diamond of combat interactions. Yeah, I won't even get into it, but suffice to say, complicated and not easy to understand or communicate for new players or any players. Yeah.
Yeah. So Fellowship sounds like a fantastic idea. It's like on sale right now for I think $20-25 or something around there. I may check this out sooner rather than later because this just sounds like exactly what I'm looking for the WoW fix without the time commitment.
Nice. Do they have pet battles though? I don't know.
No, you got to go to Pokemon for that.
Yeah. Does That's Battlefield true. Have pet battles? Is there pets?
No. There's no pets on Battlefield 6. That's what's on my radar. I played Battlefield 6 when it came out in the beta. I think I put almost 10 hours into the beta. I loved playing this, so I'm really looking for. I think it's going to be the first thing that I play when the PC is completely back up and running.
Nice.
There are 4 different roles, since we're kind of talking about roles. There's Assault, which is just your, like, what you'd expect. Jump in, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. That's pretty much all you do. Engineer, of course, I'm oversimplifying these, but Engineer kind of focuses a lot more on the different vehicles, both taking, like, kind of healing them, so to say. Like, they'll be the ones behind the tank with, like, the blowtorch trying to heal up stuff. They also can destroy a lot of the tanks and a lot of the vehicles on the enemy team. That is the Engineer. There's Support, which is the guys running around with the little paddles, like getting them reviving everybody or killing people with paddles. I want to do a lot of that. That sounds very funny to me. And then there's Recon, which are mostly kind of your snipers. What I'm really hoping, and what it seems to be kind of a mixed bag with it being out. I've been seeing a lot of content out there of people kind of cheating or cheesing the system to like they might jump on a drone and then go way up high and start sniping everybody around them. It seems like the snipers right now are a little overpowered and might need to be balanced, but I'm not sure. I really hope that it continues to stay busy, and I want it to be fair. I want there to be a lot of people to play with, and so I'm really looking forward to spending a lot of free time on Battlefield 6 and really finding which role is my favorite. I'm leaning towards I could see myself really liking Support or Recon, but we'll see. I'm really looking forward to this game though. Bobby, is this something you're interested in? Because I know, Christian, that you like Battlefield 6, but what about you, Bobby?
Well, I love the Battlefield series, and I played the demo or the beta or the open whatever that they had a while ago, and yeah, I had a great time with it. I mean, I've always liked the Battlefield series, and I kind of fell off around Battlefield 1 when they took a huge swing and like kind of changed. They simplified it, really. There were less weapons, as opposed to Battlefield 4 where you get like 1,000 unlocks for 1,000 different kinds of guns. But I don't know, Battlefield 6 feels in a little bit way like a return to form. So I'm kind of excited about it, but it's not going to be like day one for me.
So there's a battle going on with the balance of this game called the Zoomers versus the Boomers. And I am firmly on Team Boomers. That is old Battlefield that is reduced movement speed, that is slower aim down sights, that is just a little bit more of a methodical game. But I mean, it's still Battlefield. Like, it's still fast paced. It's way more casual than like Squad or any of the other hardcore shooters. And then there's Team Zoomers. These people are flying up everywhere. They're building Fortnite walls. The movement speed is increased. Jump speed is, jump height is encouraged. You can jump from building to building. You're parkouring around. And so I don't like that because I'm not good at that. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I suck. And so in the playtest, it was more of the Zoomers. And then for the headlines I'm reading, they have balanced it more in the favors of the Boomers. But now apparently the Zoomers are striking back. And so if this ends up in a place where it's a little bit more of a zoomy gameplay, it's not the game for me. Totally. Like, I'm looking for something teamwork based, a little bit slower, a little bit methodical. I want to blow shit up. I want to have fun, but I don't want people who are, on 500 Adderall to be running around me and riding drones, and all of that is not appealing to me, basically. And so that is the big debate for me on Battlefield 6, if I'm going to actually purchase it, where they end up on that balance decision.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I also am not the biggest fan of the Zoomers, but like I have Battlefield 6. I just have to like load it up and play it. So I'll let you know if it's a little bit more our style.
Yeah, and our Spotify statistics show, I think like 8% of people are in the Zoomer. 8% of you are between the ages of 18 and 25. So if you're listening to this and you're feeling persecuted, you have Fortnite, okay? You have a game. Don't do this to me. I would just want to play more IXION. I really want to. Like, that's all. Next Fest was going on. I downloaded like 7 demos. I had fun in so many of them, but I was like, I need to get back to IXION. That's what I want to focus and spend my time on. What's our community up to, gang? But before we go on that, executive producer Truthbringer, thank you for being our executive producer. You support us on Patreon more than anyone else, and we really appreciate you shelling out the extra dollars every month so that we can kind of keep doing what we're doing here. So thank you for that. Bobby.
Thank you.
Oh my God, this just in. What? What's happening?
No listener questions this week or corrections. So
we're perfect and no one cares.
It's very quiet over there.
Yeah.
Well, we've answered all the questions there are to answer at this point, right? Like there's nothing left to ask.
Oh, I like that as a challenge. I think you're right, Bobby. There's nothing you could ever ask if you're listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're wrong, go to our Discord and ask. But
I agree. Chances are.
I think we've answered it all.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Amanda. What's the plug this week?
Plug is I'm going to be a little on the selfish side. This week we're going to open up a channel for voting, electing, or posting. Honestly, I'll take even just your favorite horror games, so that way I can kind of expand my knowledge of different horror games. And we're going to have like a week where I'm going to strong arm Emilio into making sure that we can both play these scary games. For people that aren't exactly the most aware, I feel like Emilio and I have the tiniest threshold for fear and for scary games. We're the type that can't leave the very first room that you start in Amnesia. I'm the type that will launch my controller at the TV in Skyrim because a spider came down. I love scary games. I just can't handle them. That's the one genre where I'd really rather watch it. I will probably piss my pants playing the typewriter game because typewriters might be too scary, or realistically it'll be the jump scare of somebody else being shot, and that's going to make me jump, and then I'm going to fuck up what I'm typing, and then I will die. That's very on brand with what happens with me in scary games.
Typewriters are spooky. Let the tush tush. There's something freaky.
Yeah. And it sounds like Emilio I know Emilio, he's the same way. So both of us are going to be testing ourselves to the limits for Halloween season based on a game that you, the community, votes for to make us play. So it doesn't have to be the scariest, but of course I'm biased and can't handle anything. So
I'm
Go
so
ahead
excited
and just
for
keep
this.
an eye out for that. It's going to be really good. We'll be recording that episode on November 9th, but it will be the whole week before. So like right around Halloween, right after Halloween, that we're going to start playing this and recording it and talking about it. So keep your eyes peeled in the Discord, which you can find through dlgaming.net. And I'm going to make a channel for voting and showing your favorite horror games.
They're gonna poop your pants. They're gonna poop their pants, guys. Come on, they're gonna poop in their pants.
I would love to play some Phasmophobia with the gang. That was a good time. I don't think we recorded any of that, but a few years ago, we all got together, played some Phasmophobia, and it was great.
I remember that. I still have nightmares about that.
I dream about it. All right. My name is, of course, Christian, and joining us today were Amanda and Bobby. You can tune in next week because Taylor is putting the disco in Disco Elysium. He's checking it out after Amanda has said many, many times that it's one of the best games she's ever played. So I'm excited to hear what Taylor thinks of Disco Elysium. Amanda, what's playing us out this week?
Well, this week we're going to be playing out by Harpy's Dance from Baldur's Gate 3. And goodbye. Gotta make your dishwasher play this when it's done.
Yeah, totally. My dishwasher, why stop there? Gotta get the blender on this as it's blending.
Actually, yeah.
Why isn't the toaster involved?